Good morning. Are you Isaac Talley?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Talley is charged with evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. This is 24 DCCR 1997. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, I have met with Mr. Talley and his grandmother. I'm just waiting to get video so we can review the video.
All right.
We'll be ready.
All right. Any issue?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'll reset your case about 30 days. As soon as Ms. Holmes gets that information and that discovery of the video, I'm sure she'll call you. You need to go in and visit with her so you can see that. And then we'll get an announcement on what you're going to do with your case next court date.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Are you Deontay Randolph? Mr. Smith? And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He will, Your Honor.
Mr. Randolph, in cause number 24, DCCR 1923, you're charged with a third-degree felony offense of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, and that's from June 15th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year term in prison, but that would be probated. You'd be on probation for 10 years. You would be ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Randolph's not
No,
competent?
Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. It'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we will come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation before you leave the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. All right, we'll see you back at sentencing. Good morning. Are you Albernica Conning? And Ms. Conning, you were previously in court and entered a plea of guilty to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, second-degree felony. I've received the copy of the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Not from you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Conning, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings for a period of 10 years. You are ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation period, the case will actually be dismissed if you successfully complete it. The other side of that, however, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, found guilty of the offense, and sentenced to prison for anywhere in that range of punishment, which is between 2 years and up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? Part of your probation, the conditions, is that you have absolutely no contact, obviously, with Anaya Johnson, Nikki Lawrence, Lyric Lawrence, and Deanna Darjean. Do you understand? That doesn't mean just in person. That means any contact or communication. No sending messages through DMs or any social media, emails. No telling other people to tell them things. Stay away from them. Steer clear so that you don't end up back here in trouble and going to prison over anything like this. Do you understand? Also, you are not to be anywhere near the Regent Street apartment complex in Beaumont. You understand that as well, right? Okay. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I will be signing dismissals in cause numbers 2024 DCCR 1574, 1576, and 1577 as part of this agreement. If you just need to have a seat here in the courtroom, and then probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, ma'am. See, Ms. Holmes, Christian Butte, 2 cases. Oh, I know who it is. Yeah. Good morning. Are you Christian Butte? And give me just a second. All right, and will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment in each case?
Your Honor.
Here we are inside Judge Raquel West's courtroom, and things move fast here. Every defendant's fate can flip in seconds. Keep an eye on how she balances justice with patience, and see if you can spot which cases get mercy and which ones don't.
Did we, did I do something before on these? Somehow I have a prior version saved. So maybe I accidentally did it before. Sorry, give me just a second. I don't know why I would have done that. April 14th. On
the indictment?
yeah, 2078 on the indictment. So, all right.
I have to go back and
Well, do y'all want to delete one, or can you? It doesn't matter because I'm not making any notations on it. He's pleading to the indictment, correct?
Yes.
Nothing different. All right, so Mr. Butte, in cause number 24, DCCR 2078, you're charged with the 3rd-degree felony offense of forgery of a financial instrument from August 21st of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with? And then in cause number 24, DCCR 2079, you're also, in that case, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of forgery of a financial instrument from May 7th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Speak up, please.
Guilty.
And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And because you actually did what they charged you with? In each of those cases, I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreements that you've reached with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached in each of your cases, in the 3rd-degree felony, which is 2078, you've reached an agreement for a 7-year deferred probation. There would not be a fine. There would be restitution to be determined between now and when we come back for sentencing. Is that your understanding? And in the state jail felony case, the agreement's for a 5-year deferred probation. Same thing, no fine, and then any restitution would be determined between now and when we come back for sentencing. Is that also your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
State,
Just, sorry,
Yeah,
just to let the court know, we do have, and we have discussed some subrogation documents. We just want to double check prior to the PSI that NACHS, what did NACHS have to pay, what did this insurance company have to pay to write it? That way it's going to be pretty substantial, upwards of $60,000.
okay, thank you. All right, state tenors number 1 in each case.
No objection.
It's admitted in each case. Is there any evidence that Mr. Butte is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of guilty in each case freely and voluntarily. find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence in each case to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your cases so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report that will give me more information about you, your cases, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. It'll also give everyone time to figure out that restitution for sure and who it needs to be paid to. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom, and she's sitting at that desk right there. All right? We'll see you back at sentencing. Good morning, sir. You're Troy Hunt. And Mr. Hunt, in cause number 24, DCCR 1481, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to unlawfully carrying a weapon in prohibited place. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes.
Any additions or corrections?
No.
Judge, I would just like the record to reflect, please, as there was some confusion at the last setting about the forfeiture. The state does not ever agree to forfeit a weapon to a defense attorney. So what we have done is ask the court to sign the forfeiture, so the state is requiring the forfeiture of that weapon. It's my understanding the defendant has conveyed an assignment to Mr. Adams. I'm not part of that equation, but our intention was just to forfeit it from that order.
And I filed the motion to release the evidence.
Yes. Did we print that out? I remember looking at it on my desk. So you have no objection to me signing the forfeiture,
No.
and then I can sign the assignment. I think I
Correct.
saw that at some point. Hold on,
Yes,
let me
ma'am.
find it.
We worked it out.
Let me get that pulled up and printed out.
I'm sorry, Judge.
No, it's fine. Let's see.
Notice how the judge is carefully confirming the plea is freely and voluntarily made. That's not just formality, it's to protect the record if the defendant later claims he was pressured. This moment becomes key evidence that he wasn't.
It should be printing. There's that. Okay, so I will sign the forfeiture, and I'm about to sign the motion, the order releasing the evidence. Anything else before I go forward with sentencing?
Nothing.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 2 years. You're ordered to pay a $200 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, at the end, the case will be dismissed. You'll never have the felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, you could be found guilty, so you would then be a convicted felon, and you could be sent to prison for anywhere in the range of punishment, which is between 2 years and up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand? I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over all of your paperwork. All right? Good luck to you, sir. And I've signed both of those. Good morning, sir. Are you Michael Spain, Jr.? And Mr. Spain's charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And Mr. Adams, what is the announcement?
The announcement, Judge, this is just our second time here. I did speak with Mr. Coleman. My client has some stuff that he needs to get to me that he hasn't got to me as of yet. So we're just asking for one reset, and then on that one I can tell you whether or not it's going to be a trial or whatever. But I do not want to put it on the trial docket, and I told Mr. Coleman that I did not want to put it on the trial docket.
Sure. All right. So I'm going to reset any issues, Mr. Coleman?
No, Judge.
I'm going to reset your case about 30 days. Mr. Spain, it's very important that if you have some information that you need to get to Mr. Adams, you need to do that quickly. Get that done this week so that he then has time to review whatever information it is, get it to Mr. Coleman. They can visit about it. Don't wait till right before court because then they're not going to have time to visit about it, okay? All right. You're free to go. Stay in touch with Mr. Adams. He'll let you know when you need to be back. All right, Mr. Jones, you tested negative. Obviously, that's a good thing. So I'm going to give you this opportunity today, even though I don't love the facts and kind of what was going on, and give you a chance, hopefully, to change your life, and you'll be able to live like the rest of us and not go to prison, okay? So I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 10 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Corrections, but probate that for 5 years. So you'll be on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of those is going to be, and I know that you're 37 or 38? 37. All right. You need to get a few things. You need to get a driver's license or some type of ID. You also need to get a GED, and that's going to be part of your probation. That's only going to help you get better jobs so you can be more successful. You need to get that process started within 30 days. So talk to probation. They'll let you know what you need to do. Most of it's online, but you need to get that done, okay? If you do everything that you're supposed to while you're on this probation, then for all practical purposes, your case here in court is over, and you will be able to serve.
Quick question for you. Do you think probation is a fair deal for someone admitting guilt to a firearm charge? Some say it's a second chance. Others argue it's too lenient. Drop your thoughts below. Is justice being served or softened here?
Your sentence out while you're on probation. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court and you'll be facing that 10-year sentence that you've already agreed to. Do you understand? I'm handing you two things. The first is the certification showing that I followed the agreement that you made with the district attorney. Sir, be quiet. That I followed the agreement that you made with the district attorney, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Obviously you know this, but I'm required to read this to you. Possession of a firearm, because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Rojas.
While the judge just gave Alicia Conning a deferred sentence, meaning if she behaves for 10 years, her felony disappears completely. That's massive. But one slip, one text to the wrong person, and it all collapses. Talk about walking a tightrope.
You just need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
What's happening here is fascinating. Multiple forgery charges, yet both get deferred. Probation deferred means no conviction if he completes all conditions. Judges often use this to give nonviolent offenders a shot at redemption, but it's a gamble. And that wraps up another round in Judge West's courtroom, where second chances are earned, not given. What do you think? Does she strike the right balance between mercy and accountability? Let me know below. And don't forget, real cases, real stakes, every day right here.